Wagwan. Let's see. I ran into a good bit of issues for this devlog, which sucks. But I did complete a few things. So as you can see on our screen here, I have it set up in a specific way so I can show you some of the problems that I ran into. But as you can see on our screen, we now have a blue bar along with our red bar of health, representing our energy. I ran into a bit of a hiccup maybe midway through the week of it not working, so I spent like 2 days on it for no reason. I hate that, but it now works. And what it will do is it will diminish, and then it will slowly regenerate itself and then be ready for use again. But we can't spam it because it is taking a certain amount of energy every time it spends energy. So this is what it looks like. Oh wait, wrong button. No, that's the right button. What's going on? Oh, I'm not on it. Okay, so I press it, it goes down, and it slowly replenishes itself. I'm pressing it again, and it took me a second to spend it again. So I'll wait for it to be at 100, and then I'll do it again and show you. So right now it's a whole entire the amount of energy that we get is 80, and we're gonna spend 50, and then I'm gonna keep pressing it after I press it the first time, and it's just not gonna work. So here we go, and I'm pressing it, and it's not working because we don't have 50 yet. We have yeah, there we go. We went down to 30 and then had to wait. So I'm still pressing it. It takes a minute to go back up, but then we'll spend it again, and that's the 50. So I got that working. The changes that I made, and the reason why I have my setup like this, is I took away splitting up my scenes from room to room. Splitting up my rooms to scene. It seemed very problematic. There weren't many methods of how to appropriately conduct each room as a scene. Most people do it as one whole entire scene, and the next scene that you would go to would be like you walking into a room or something, or walking into a house, like if you're thinking Zelda style. When you're walking around out in the main world, that's a scene, and if you go inside a shop or something, that's another scene. And so that's how most people have it programmed. So it's very hard to find one that worked the way that I was trying to do, like a Metroidvania. So I took away that, and I'm going to do it, traditionally, like a Metroidvania, in which you can see, at least from the creative side of it, you'll be able to see the whole entire map and how it connects everywhere. Like if you look up Hollow Knight maps, they have it, and they have a breakdown where you can see everything. They have a few different breakdowns of how you can see everything. Some even to the point of, every individual platform in that room. But as far as the creative side, I'll be able to see every single detail that I ever put in a room, and that's how I want it to run. However, the issue I'm having is with the camera, and how the camera will react whenever you transition into the next room. Right now, this is most likely what I'm going to be looking into this weekend and next week. Right now, my camera is set on a collider where it stays within bounds of the room that I'm in. So as you saw, it gets a hot fix of the wall there, and it knows where to stop. But if you look up top, to the top right where we are, you can see us jumping in the top left corner. We can see the next room, but when I go into that next room, the camera does not follow. Also, I can't jump in this room for some reason. I can't jump. I can attack, can't jump. That's kind of weird. I wonder can I use my energy? Okay, I can use my energy in there. So buttons work, except for jump for some reason. I'm not understanding why. It might be there is a collider in there, but it should just be for the camera. I'm not actually sure. But if you look up where we're still at, the enemy can still follow us, and he'll follow us all the way back into the room if we let him. And when we let him, he'll do what he's meant to do in any room. It doesn't matter, but he'll follow us back here. He'll backtrack all the way there, all the way, until he can't backtrack anymore. We can still destroy them and everything. Our health still goes down. When we go into the next room, it stays consistent. Since it's all in one scene now, but we're not able to bring the camera with us. So that's why I have to figure out next in order to go to the next part. I was supposed to also take some time to do the level system, but the level system, from the way that I've been learning about it, will also teach me things about the save system. And the save system I want to show when I get to that room in development. So I'm gonna save that for later, until I can get the camera working for the level. So that's where all my focus is gonna go. I'm trying to get that fixed. I found a few remedies, but the remedies make you have to download someone else's like preset code, and I kind of want to learn it for myself so I have more control over it before I ever do something like that. Unfortunately, I've done that with the camera that I'm using right now, that's keeping the camera within borders, because the camera is using collisions to stay within certain parameters of another collision. But that's something that I can understand, and actually, like, I could delete what I downloaded and create it out of scratch if I wanted to. Like, I understand my camera enough to do that, so I was okay with that script. But for with that preset script that I downloaded for the camera, but I'm not happy with doing that for level transitions and stuff like that. Also, it doesn't do its level transitions the way that I would like, so I want to, like, again, I just want to have more control over how it will work. So unfortunately, I'm still having issues with the level design as far as the camera goes, and that's super unfortunate for me. It's going to be a headache learning more things, but that's how I'll be spending my weekend and next week if I can't figure it out over the weekend. So unfortunately, that's where I'm stuck. If you guys have any suggestions, please, oh my god, let me know. The type of leveling transitions that I want it to be akin to Metroid, if anything. If I can learn how they do it in Metroid, I can do it the way they do it in Castlevania. So if anyone knows how to go from one room to another room like they do in Metroid, please let me know. Help me out if you can. I would love that. If you don't understand what I mean by that, if you look up any Metroid game that's 2D, you'll see it immediately. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. When they go into the next room, like my character here, it would pause, pull the screen over, and then he would like teleport into the next room, keeping that same Y value or X value, and letting the keeping the same X and Y value until that room's camera has control again. But something that I have added in the meantime, now that I can jump, I'll show you. I have a pause screen, but I put my pause button somewhere weird, so hold on a second. Alright, so we can pause, and we can unpause, and pause again. I have a pause button, which is awesome. Unfortunately, though, within my pause button, you see all these options. None of them work because I can't figure out how to make them work without messing with the player controls. For instance, if I hit attack, my character, even though suspended in the air, frozen in time. Oh, actually, he won't do it. Oh my god. Alright, hold on. He's probably going to slash before he lands. Or slash and land. Hold on. I'm not going to press anything except for unpause. Here we go. Yeah, so he slashed on his own. What I'm used to seeing should be this. I think he's going to do it now. Yeah, so when it's paused and he's on the ground, he'll immediately go into his first frame for his slash animation, which is this. He won't do anything else. He won't move or anything, but he'll pause and freeze and do that. So I got to figure that out. And then also, if I move my mouse, my quit button should work. It does not work, and that bothers me. I set it up exactly how I did my main menu, and it's not acknowledging the button input and, you know, to go back to the main menu to quit. But I'm gonna figure these out. I actually had fun building this. I have an idea of how I want the whole entire pause UI to look, so I'm gonna dive deeper into that and see if I can fully hook it up the way that I want to in my head. I also saw some really cool stuff as far as people. I don't know why they do this, but I appreciate that they do this. People playing around with what Metroid already has and kind of improving on it and making new versions of Metroid and stuff. It's kind of like if you guys seen that Mario Creator type game, it's kind of like that, but it's with only on PC, I believe. And it's people just sharing the different versions of Metroid and trying to make the game harder or a lot longer, or all sorts of stuff for people who like playing that. If you guys know a YouTuber named Oats and Goats, he likes to play a lot of Metroid. He actually does speed running for it, and like he tests a lot of people's versions that they make up, and he plays them on his live streams. So it's pretty cool to see. I don't know why they do that though. Like I personally find it more enjoyable to make a game than to edit someone else's game, but I could also see how that could be educational, messing around with someone else's stuff. So that's probably something I should probably look into. But for the time being, I want to make my own. I want to get more into my pause menu, so that's where my focus is gonna go next. Outside of that, last week I forgot to show you guys some bloopers of me messing around with some errors. Well, really a blooper in which I was messing around and found errors. So I'm gonna share that with you in a moment as soon as I get this reset up the way I like it. Pull that up there like that. Boom. All right. Take this off at 2D because I like how it looks. I love that. All right. So we go to QuickTime and pause my music. I think I was playing music the day I made this. So actually I'll exit out Unity. I'm not gonna need it anymore. No, don't say. We didn't really do much. I'm going to blow this up. Alright, so this was me running into bloopers. Not bloopers, but running into a very interesting error when I was messing around with my room transitions and it wasn't working. I was trying to fix it. As you can see, we have the old health bar. So here we go. I don't know why it took me so long to get this set up. Try to fast forward it. God. Alright, here we go. Sorry you had to sit through that. That was weird. Yeah. Alright, so fun mistakes. I don't know what the heck was going on, but I loved it when I saw it. He just kept duplicating himself, trying to go back into the room. And pretty much I was messing around with don't destroy on load, and he just multiplied like that. So it was crazy. I loved it. I kind of want to implement something like that in the game too, where it's just you fight a boss and like he just duplicates on you, and you got to fight a whole bunch of doppelgangers or maybe shadow images. I think that would be cool. But yeah. All right. So that's what I have for that. How do I get out of this? There we go. Seriously, how do I get out of this? Oh. It gets very confusing the way I had that set up. But anyway. So that's all I have. Next week, hopefully, I'll be able to have a whole lot more. If I can get my buttons working with my pause UI, I'm definitely gonna do some artwork. I can't help it. I need to. It's been way too long. I need to do some artwork. So that's probably what I'm gonna do for my weekend, is replace all that stuff that I have, and everything on the UI that I have, and the pause UI that I have, and I'm gonna spice it up with some artwork. So I think that's definitely what I'm gonna spend a good amount of my constructive weekend time on. As far as my academic, it's definitely going to be trying to find and learn how to do the room transition. So until I get that down, I'm stuck. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I really want to get to the more fun parts of showing you more of the world and working on some new character designs and stuff like that. So I apologize for not being there just yet, but when I get there, I promise it'll be worth it. All right, thank you. Peace.